50 games on it with a 70% win rate.
That's dirty.
Yeah, over his entire career. And there it is, the Maokai. Speaking back to the draft here. On a rocket jump is front-loaded. You do it at the start, and then the grand entrance, you do it at the end. And, oh, stun. Kill.
Oh! Bjergsen showing exactly why that's his most played champion of all time. Like, look at it, take that 70%.
Sorry, Inori has that Maokai ultimate. It's huge. You'll be able to block off a whole lane. If he starts it, there's a TP coming in.
TP entering into this fight. Double It forced to flash out just to try to stay alive. Golden Glue will seal the deal onto him. Bio brought down, nearly dead, as well as Matt goes for the kill. But
Inori has ulti.
Coming in for the counterattack.
I feel like they could still fight this if they wanted to. Inori has ulti. There it is.
Onser with the ult on. Matt going for the knockup onto Bjerg, who has to flash away. Piglet now collapsed on by that enemy top laner, but he's alone and he's going to be kited back, bursted down. TSM makes the mistake of taking this fight, and Liquid finds themselves 3 kills for nothing. Bjergsen knocked up into the air, more damage coming through. He grabs the kill onto Matt, but trades his own life. And TSM meets disaster here. And telling the team not to go for any kind of a crazy fight like that, as Biofrost getting himself caught out a bit to cast the disengage. But Golden Glue's made his way into the fight, the ulti down, and he's on a killing spree.
And
the Vladimir showing up. As Team Liquid goes for the mid lane tier 1. They do not have a Vladimir ulti, they do not have a Kalista ulti or a Rakan ulti, or any ulti at all. But they're still going to look to make this fight happen. Damage coming through, burst going down as Inori is deleted. And TSM find their counterattack.
They're just not respecting that at all. The team fight. Have to watch Inori's ulti and what happens.
Yes, there it is. Very low mana on Bjergsen. Want to be careful about making this fight go too far in. Double It forced to flash out. TSM collapsed upon Finscare and tanking most of the damage, but Bjergsen is the one now finding himself caught out and beat down. Matt dies first. Bjerg barely getting himself away as Double finishes off Finscare, and Double barely hopping out of that. The charge will sound, and Double Lift is run down, and Nori with the kill. Bjergsen bear trap on a rope, not connected on him before anything else. Infinity
the energized build, looking for Piglet though.
But in some trouble. From the side they go, and Piglet drops instantly. Matt gonna be going down next unless he's careful, dashing away to the safety of Inori. With tier 2 already down in the minion wave mid lane, the tier 3 is the target. TSM breaking into the Liquid base, not even 24 minutes into this game. And without their AD carry, Liquid will not put up a fight and surrender the Innu.
They thought it was safe. They were pushing out some side lanes, and that's what TSM do, is they punish pretty much a full item up right now. They're trying to engage, though, and Nori did flash. Still gets Bjergsen.
One they got to catch out, and it looks like they've got him. Bjergsen down. Piglet taking the kill, as TSM now has to run themselves back, but Piglet has been killed in response. 4 versus 4 is going to be the tune of the fight as Lorlo finds himself isolated, charges backwards to safety there. It's all about that protection as the charge is sounded and the fight starts off. Liquid looking to make this one happen, but the chaos is all over the place. Into the back line, trying to find Double Lift. Emo Plague explodes, but Inori's going to be dropped first unless he's careful. Jump over the wall, and Bjergsen has kill number 1. Looking to make it 2, finds the kill on the Piglet. Matt's going to be going down next. A double kill for Bjerg as Lorlo gets collapsed on by the rest of the team. Golden Glue runs for his life, and Bjergsen collects one down, and Liquid's 2 remaining men cannot even try to stop it.
Yeah, and a big part of that fight was TSM got the purchase right before it, and then TL came.
Okay, well, Piglet's out of the picture, so it's going to be a real hard fight, 4 versus 5, to stop the TSM War Machine now. Bottom lane inhibitor goes down. Mid lane inhibitor will be going down next. That was just a lot of damage.
They're taking the base. They're going to get engaged on here.
TSM now jumped on Liquid, trying to make this 4v5 work out as they instantly destroy Matt. Now it's a 5 versus 3. TSM kiting this one out, playing it exactly how they need to. 4 dead on Liquid. And TSM will storm the base and end this game 33 minutes in. Lorlo, the last man standing, gets back in his faithful steed, but it's not enough. Final Nexus turret dropping as Double It fires shot after shot into it. And despite Liquid's valiant efforts, they will fall to Team Solomid.
If you're a TSM fan, you're thinking that's more like it after that early game, that TL
thing that was the big curveball coming in there that we weren't really expecting. But Kled will face off against Renekton there in the top lane. Gragas versus Sejuani in the jungle. Talia, Cassiopeia mid.
He's going in the bush.
Checking his brush. Here we go. 5 versus 5. Level 1. Break it out. TSM getting themselves away just for a moment. Exhaust onto Poro Rider Sejuani. Getting herself away over the wall with the flash. But Golden Glue in hot pursuit. Finscare drops for first blood. Double Lift may just be dropping for second as Rainover comes in with the body slam to make it happen. And Liquid finds 2. That was experience in gold. Matt gets hit by another Winter's Bite. More damage coming through from Double Lift. The explosives charge down. They make the kill. Very nice. Interrupt with the Justice Punch. Double lift stopped there as now Lorlo has found double lift. That little Yordle is croc food. Lorlo grabbing himself his first kill and the third one of the game.
What does it turn into so early on in the build? Maybe you get Hexpick or Bjergsen, though, trying to pitch you down.
Old Glue, petrifying gaze into Miasma. Nice solo kill from Bjerg.
Just Bjergsen, they're trying to 3-man dive him with no sums.
All right, here we go. TP coming in. TSM wants to try to save their mid laner, but the damage is too great. And it will fail. Liquid makes a fair.
This might be a long sword that he just has in the inventory for a while.
Early Vamp Scepter to sit on?
It's possible.
Not quite sure. Double lift exhausted, though. Matt, the one soaking some damage from the there was a TSM. Very nice cast from Rainover. TSM having to back away from this one. Golden Glue coming in on the wall. Bjergsen will not take down Matt before he falls, and Liquid wins the fight.
Try to get another slam out of that. Look at this, Golden Glue in mid versus Hanser. Hanser is going to have to deal a little bit more here.
Hanser tried this once, and it didn't work. Second time's the charm. Solos down Golden Glue.
Yeah, got to help get himself out, too. And Bjergsen, no summoner spell still, no ultimate.
Bjergsen's going to find himself brought down here if he's not careful. Noxious Blast trying to kite away from Lorlo, but it's not enough. That is just such a huge better than rock, paper, or scissors, as Lorlo and the rest of Team Liquid are now pushing on the tier 2 top side. Taunt channeled by Matt just to try to buy a little bit of time as Hanser makes his way into 4. Stun jumped out from Sejuani onto Piglet. More damage coming through. Svenskeren able to get that shut down onto the enemy AD carry.
Go in.
Charge sounded. Matt
gets Sejuani in, though.
Ends up getting himself pulled back here. The Justice Punch used to try to get himself away. Hanser dismounted. Lorlo comes over the wall. More damage going through. Svenskeren trying to finish off Matt, who is still barely alive. Gets slain by the flail as Svenskeren drops 2. Still a 2-for-1. Liquid gets the trade.
Yeah, but now this middle turret's going to take some damage here. It's the trade they have behind with the Baron. So you want control of this area here. Rainover might be looking for a fight.
Thinking about it. Galley ultimate used. Hero's entrance. Matt lands, taunt channeled, not within range of anybody on TSM. Biofrost separated from the rest of the team. Hanser now there in the middle. Lorlo going to be also tanking right there on the front lines for Team Liquid. TSM forced back, but they have been able to find one death so far as Liquid control.
Still going over to TSM because they just shoved the waves out. They did the dirty work of messing around with your lanes before the fight, and it might pay off.
Liquid starting it off here. Biofrost coming out as massive damage comes into the TSM lines. Bjergsen's already down. A lot being poured back into Lorlo. 1-for-1 trade so far, but now Liquid still looking to make more happen. Hanser getting himself over the wall with the pocket pistol. Svenskeren barely getting away, having a flash just to survive. Double lift. Trying to get away, but it's a double kill for Piglet. Likely wanting to make it a triple, except he's not even the one responsible. Double lift with the outplay. Jumping away from that. Dodges the Justice Punch, and they die together.
And it's a double lift also just purchased. Hold on, though. Trying to take a little bit of a fight. Svenskaren's very tanky on those front lines. Glacial Fissure comes out, going to be laid down in the middle of this tight corridor, and they take out Piglet. This could be the fight TSM looks for. Lorlo on the front line. How long is he going to be able to tank for? He's got the stone plate, but he's still the target alone of all 5 TSM members. Biofrost nearly taken down as Doublelift goes in aggro, looking for the damage onto Golden Glue once more. Matt jumps in, the heroic sacrifice, and the triple kill for Doublelift. I can't believe what just happened. Piglet jumped in, eats 2 crits, dies, and now TSM are in control of the game. Rainover's going to have to steal this.
He has to be a hero here, but instead he's going to be jumped on by D-Lift. Again, the late quadra for the AD carry from TSM. This has just gone from good to bad in the blink of an eye.
I was just talking about this at the beginning of the game, where you just have that feeling that the team has proven time and time again, a top team like TSM, split after 3.
The Tristana damage is simply too much. Team Liquid's not in position at all.
They have their pants down right now. They're catching them like this because TL had 3 people mid looking Mountain Drake. They are not ready for this.
The charge sounds just to scare away the opponents. Dive back onto Golden Glue. Hanser will zone him away for the time being. Miasma down to ground Team Liquid so they cannot re-engage smoothly. Svenskeren tanking up multiple members on the side of Liquid as Hanser keeps Lorlo on that rope. Doublelift looking for an opportunity to get some firing time as TSM wants to disengage, but a nice cast. Knocks the opposing top laner back. Doublelift has to be the target for Team Liquid, but he does so much damage that unless you kill him in an instant, you're risking your own lives on the... I think it's 8 per level around Svenskeren from the flank. Lorlo the one who's jumped on, but he's got Gargoyle Stone Plate. He can take that kind of a beating for now. Hanser and Svenskeren both juggled backwards for the seismic shove. The turret falls so TSM can take the fight if they want to. Heroic entrance down to where Lorlo was. Hanser going to be dismounted. Liquid trying to find their opportunity to make this counterattack work. Svenskeren low. Hanser dead. Liquid ahead in the fight. Biofrost out of mana. Svenskeren almost out of health. Bjergsen and Double. Full retreat from the carries and the remaining front line of TSM. Piglet in hot pursuit. Double Lift can't get himself in a spot to put the auto attack into the value target so far. Bjergsen with a very nice petrifying. They melt this Baron incredibly quickly. Golden Glue and the rest of Team Liquid may have something to say about it, but it's going to have to be a very quick word because TSM already has the objective. Now they try to disengage. Liquid still thinking about going in onto this one. Nice engaged by Reyna. The heroic entrance will juggle a couple up into the air. But is it Bjerg? Is it Double? Those are the ones who matter. Double is off to the side, up at the top. As Lorlo has to retreat away from Haunter, who charges into the back line of Team Liquid. And TSM is on the offensive. Piglet goes down first. They're going to take Lorlo down next. Double is on the front lines. Who's going to be stopping him? The answer is Golden Glue, as Sven nearly falls, but will live until the barrel takes him out. That poor, adorable Poro. Team Liquid, 2 left alive.
Double Lift made such a good move in the middle of that fight. Matt was full HP, and he was about to try and re-engage on the backside, and Double Lift hits the blast cone, and it removes Matt completely, and now he's going to lose his life to Haunter.
Haunter spending the flash to make sure he gets Matt here, takes him out for another 45 seconds, and allows Bjergsen the ability to push in this top side, while Biofrost pushes up mid lane.
Yeah, and they're trying to just maximize what they can get. I don't know if they're going to get this inhibitor just yet. It's going to leave it. They're going to leave it to Haunter. Piglet's up in 8 seconds here.
Want to grab the turret while they can, while there's no resistance from the enemy team. The inhibitor itself will be free since nothing's protecting it. The minions finish it off. TSM gets themselves
stacks. Will have to be multiplied by the fact that he has Infernals. They're trying to engage, but it's just not that simple.
Liquid wants to punish them for this 4v5 situation, but Bjerg takes it still on the Elder. One more Twin Fang gets it, and now TSM says, okay, we can re-engage. The very powerful Elder Drake buff, by the way. The catch out onto Golden Glue. If they can take down him, that's got to be the final fight of the game. That's going to be number 2. Haunter into the back line. Piglet collapsed on and stuck to like glue. Haunter has got himself the kill. Svenskeren grabbing the next one onto Lorlo. Rainover will make the ace. And TSM, from the ashes of defeat and the flames of an Elder Dragon, finds their victory.
Oh, and you can see there, Piglet. It was a game that they were ahead in. It's a game that they had a lead in, but TL can't close it out, and TSM will take it 2-0.
A rough early game. It looked really bad there for a while, but there's a reason